I could tell even as a child, Chase was an extreme simp. And how did I know? Well, besides me being the genius kid that I was,
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
the genius kid that I
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the f, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly.
Hey there tomorrow people, BenyTeeJ here. If you're interested in the beats that were used in this video, they're made by my close friend, KVO Star. His channel link will be in the description. Simps is a term we use on people, mainly men, who love someone or something so much that they are willing to be blinded by how that person or thing treats them. In this video, we'll be talking about a different kind of simping. Simping so devastating that you could even look at the simp as a victim, rather than the person who is being simped upon. I will be going over a deep analysis of not one, not two, 3 simps.
Yeah, boy.
Case File 1 is a cartoon character. Case File 2 is a TV show character. And Case File 3 is a real life person. So get your popcorn or ramen noodles or those crackers that be locked away in a cabinet that you say you never eat. But I know you eat them. Go ahead, eat them. Gobble them up. I won't know. Now, open your snacks and fall into the trance of my alluring voice. Case File 1 is a cartoon character. Now we all know about Mordecai.
Don't do anything you're gonna regret. Don't do it!
Timmy.
I know you've had a crush on me, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind going steady, taking you to a dance, being sweethearts through high school.
Bling Bing Boy.
I heard 2 wonderful, responsible girls live here, and could they babysit my little toddler?
But have you ever thought about Swiper from Dora the Explorer? Now, I know what you're thinking. Swiper didn't like Dora. Alright then, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen one of those kids? Oh, who am I kidding? Of course you've seen them. They're everywhere. You've probably seen one of those kids who takes a person's stuff and don't even try to hide the fact that they took it and always asks for a hug to get it back. And isn't a hug a form of greeting them or just acknowledging them as someone else? They basically try to get you to remember them. Now picture Swiper as the "where my hug at" kid and Dora as the victim. Boom. Mind blown.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the f, man?
And think about it further. When does Swiper give Dora her stuff back? Whenever you see him, aka Dora acknowledges him. And let's be real as the TV screen, aka Kendrick Lamar line. Go hard. If you stole something, you think I'm finna be like, "Aw man, you caught me. Rats, I'll just give you your stuff back." No. You see my skin color? You probably can't. But the so-called statistics show that I'm more prone to violence. And so if I can't run,
Everybody dying, me included. I ain't going to jail.
and if you go even deeper, every time she finds him, it's in an obvious place. I mean, look at this. His head and tail ain't even hidden. So someone come get their man, because this is bombastically ridiculous. And then when she catches him, he doesn't even try to fight back. He just be like, "Oh man, you caught me. This stuff." Bro, man, if you don't actually do your job as a thief, disgrace, get out the hood. Also, another thing I want to point out is that if Diego and Dora live in the same area or jungle or prison or whatever it is where they live, where is Swiper when Diego is all alone? Nowhere. Nowhere, I tell you. You do not steal from nobody but Dora. And the reason why I say that he is a victim is because Dora pretends like she doesn't know him. Like, come on now. She's always asking the audience to say, Swiper, no Swiper. So she trying to embarrass him. Is Dora the real villain here? And was Swiper actually the victim he was trying to embarrass? No, wait, rewind. Is Dora the real villain here? And was Swiper actually the villain? God, no. Why do I do this? Is Dora the real villain here? And was Swiper actually the victim that we bullied into embarrassment? I mean, where is he in that Dora reboot with her as a teen? Did he? No, I can't say anymore. They're listening. So many lies and truths to uncover. But my job of proving what Swiper is done. So, case dismissed, Your Honor. Case file 1, Swiper the Fox has been found guilty of being an extreme simp and will be taken to a mental facility. It can and will treat him. If he is alive, that is. I rest my case. Hold up. Water break. Alright. Next. Case file 2 is a TV show character. This character's name? Chase. Now, there are a lot of Chases in TV shows. Every TV show nowadays has one. What makes this case different is that while he is an extreme simp, he succeeds in a way. But we're not going to talk about his success. We're going to talk about how he hurt himself, almost got put in a pack on several occasions for this girl. Or did he? Oh, my bad. I forgot. You don't know what Chase I'm talking about. There is only one Chase, and that's Chase from Zoe 101. I see you already searching up Zoe 101 intro just to hear it again or maybe rewatch the show. I got you for the first 6 seconds. Bars. Alright, that's enough. Don't want a copyright strike. By the way, oh my lord, that intro just gives me the chills, you know? You ever just rewatch?
We do not care.
Just the intro and it just gives you the chills because it's just your body just remembering those days. Such a good show that I always want to rewatch. This show literally made me hype for school after summer. But after a week of school I realized it was a lie. Because the friends parts was real. But I had no 5-star meal. I had jail food that was supposedly healthier than school food. Just from looking at Chase, you wouldn't think he'd be a simp, let alone an extreme simp. I mean, look at him. Black curly hair, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of tall for his age. But from episode 1, I could tell even as a child, Chase was an extreme simp. And how did I know? Well, besides me being the genius kid that I was.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
The genius kid that I was.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly.
Let me show you. As we see in this scene, Zoe is getting a lay of the land. It says hi to a random curly black-haired boy who crashes the minute they make eye contact. Now, from that one encounter, he is a lost cause. How so? Isn't this cliche? Yes, it is. Look at the way he falls. Look again.
Sin City wasn't made for you.
Now you could say it was just acting, because you know you don't want your child actor getting hurt. Or the truth. which is this man Chase saw her for the first time and in his mind decided to judge her based on the fact of what she was wearing and that she smiled at him, that she would pick him up if he crashed. Now, is it concerning? Yes, but you gotta admit, he was playing Dungeons and Dragons while she was playing chess.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Genius for his generation indeed. Now onto the other examples, or just example. So in season 2, episode 5, Zoe's little brother gets a crush on this mountain bike 12-year-old girl, Think, who's in the 4th or 5th grade with kids who are 10 or 9 years older. Now props to Dustin, Zoe's little brother, for securing the bag. If you don't know what securing the bag means, it means like getting the girl or boy. I'll give him that. Anyways, Zoe doesn't like it because the tall girl is a bad kid, sends Chase to deal with it, but she promised her brother she won't. Fast forward, Chase tries to deal with it, but the little tall girl ends up liking him, making Dustin jealous and mad at him, which leads to Zoe and Chase talking about their feelings and relationship. Now from the outside, it looks like Chase is the victim, but if you look at it closely, Chase was a master instigator. Think about it. Now, I'm only showing this in this example, but in every episode, he always pretended to be clueless and somehow always nudged Zoe in his direction. But he wasn't too obvious. For example, when Zoe is deciding what to do, before her friend can say anything, because there are 2 people there in front of her, he says this.
But you promised Dustin you wouldn't meddle in his life anymore.
And guess what she says?
Which is why I'm not gonna.
Good.
You are.
And in comes the surprised face. What? Literally, this is what Chase's go-to move is to make her rely on him. Truly a master of disguise. Now, what he didn't take into account for was the fact that the kid was going to like him. But maybe he did, considering he is a fine young looking fella. But he used that to his advantage. He put Zoe in a position where he tries to kiss her. Oh my lord, I know y'all enjoying y'all food right now, just listen to this. But sadly, or greatly, Dustin stops him, thereby gets the little tall girl to like Dustin again, and like Chase, because he just got bodied by a 9-year-old, 10-year-old kid. And guess what Chase says after he falls?
Why do these things happen to me?
You heard that right. Why does this keep happening? That means he has planned something like this a lot of times and just not succeeded. And another thing, look at his face. His mask slipped, and so quickly he puts it back in place. Incredible IQ for a high schooler. Or maybe he wasn't a high schooler. What if he was actually something that rhymes with ginger? Another question for another lesson. And that brings us to the end. Through the sheer impeccable amounts of evidence, case from Zoe 101. Oh wait, Your Honor? Yes? What was his last name? Oh, the document it said it was... Oh my gosh. Get him out of here. Life in prison, no life in a cell, where he will never see the sun again. The sun makes them stronger. Was he what I think it was? Yes, Your Honor. He was a skinwalker. And right now, you're listening. And this brings me to my last and final case, Your Honor. Case File 3. A real life person. Some people say he's a legend just for the amount of courage that he had and the lengths he was willing to go to show his love. And others, almost everyone, including me, would say he was one of the most extreme simps of our decades. Now, this isn't like the other 2 people I mentioned before. This is a man with bodies who had stalked 2 people, one of them being Jodie Foster. Don't blame him.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Psych. I blame him. She was beautiful, but I blame him because he actually murdered someone with what he did. And in time, I'll tell you who. His other stalk victim was more or less his box of chocolates for his other victim, Jody. And this box of chocolates was the current president of that time, Ronald Reagan. Yeah, you can see why some would say he had a whole lot of courage. Now, who am I talking about? Well, who else but John Hinckley Jr. It was a regular day for Yale student Jodie Foster, filled with the stress from college and drowsiness from acting. It was a miracle how she was able to do her work in those conditions. As any other regular day, after going to class, she went to her dorm or apartment. I don't know, but we'll say dorm, just for you, and checked her mail, which is where she found a letter. Now at first, the letters were sweet, like a ray of sunshine for a stressful day, but over time they became less like love letters and more like Wattpad novel fantasies, describing everything they would do together, from kissing to weddings to even kids. It quickly became uncomfortable, but she was a busy young lady, so she didn't have time to call the police. And, you know, I don't think she was rich. I think she pretty much grew up in a rough neighborhood. So, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but yeah. Even when she got his final letter, she didn't want to call the police. This letter was different. Instead of describing what they would do, it stated that he would shoot the president to prove his love.
Huh?
Which was stupid, but also so unreal that she didn't call the police. But later on that day, when she heard the terrible news of what had happened, she knew. Oh, she knew. It was him. Okay, enough storytelling. John, as you heard, shot at the president and ended up injuring him along with 2 others, and murdered Press Secretary James Brady. Now, what shocked me was how he died. After being shot, he got paralyzed and died 33 years later. So yeah, that's something good for you to know. If you paralyze someone and they die, you technically murdered them. Yeah. His spirit was strong, but the bond between the flesh and the spirit was just not enough. Rest in peace. Now John, one of the greatest simps ever, lives in peace with his mother. Now while this is an outrage to some would call me. While it might not be a good ending considering what happened to Mr. and Miss Brady, the fact that no more blood is shed is what makes a happy ending to me. To whoever is watching this, take care of yourselves. That's the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe, have that like button shine like the sun. For the comment of the day, have you ever met or been friends with an extreme simp? If yes, then why would you say they were extreme? Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay ahead of the rest. See you tomorrow, people. Peace out.